Rain fell softly over the glass windows of the grand wedding hall, each drop glistening under the golden lights like tears from the heavens. Inside, laughter, music, and the clinking of champagne glasses filled the air. It was supposed to be the happiest night of Eleanor's life. She stood in front of the mirror, her white gown flowing like a dream, her heart racing faster than ever. But behind her reflection, she didn't see joy. She saw doubt. Her hands trembled slightly as she fixed the silver hairpin in her golden curls. The door opened behind her.
"Are you ready, Ellie?" Her voice trembling with excitement.
I think so. It doesn't feel real.
Of course it doesn't. You're marrying Daniel Blake, the most perfect man in the city.
Perfect.
Her mind echoed that word, but deep inside, something felt wrong, as if her heart knew something her mind refused to see. When the ceremony began, Daniel stood tall in his black tuxedo, his eyes locked on Eleanor as she walked down the aisle. He looked at her the way every girl dreams to be looked at. Intense, proud, devoted, but to Eleanor, his gaze felt heavy, like he was hiding something. As the priest spoke the vows, her heart pounded louder with every word, "Till death do us part." A chill ran down her spine.
Do you, Daniel Blake, take Eleanor Carter as your lawful wife? I do.
The crowd clapped softly. Eleanor took a deep breath.
And do you, Eleanor Carter?
Before the priest could finish, Eleanor's eyes caught a glimpse, a familiar face among the guests. It was Ethan, the man she once loved, the man who disappeared without a goodbye 3 years ago. Her voice froze. The entire hall waited. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. Ethan stood silently at the back, his expression unreadable, his eyes full of unspoken pain. Daniel followed her gaze, and for the briefest moment, his jaw tightened. The moment passed, but Eleanor's world had already changed. Because, in that single glance, she realized something terrifying. Ethan wasn't supposed to be here, unless he knew something Daniel didn't want her to know. The celebration continued, but Eleanor's mind was far from the dance floor. Every cheer, every toast, every flash of a camera, all faded into background noise. Her eyes kept searching for him, for Ethan. He was there one moment, and gone the next. When she finally excused herself and stepped outside the ballroom, the cold air struck her like truth waiting to be faced. The rain had stopped, but the scent of it lingered, fresh, sharp, alive. Her heels clicked softly against the marble steps as she whispered to herself,
It can't be him. Not tonight.
A voice came from the shadows.
Still running away from the truth, Ellie?
Her breath caught. She turned. There he was, Ethan Miller, the man who once made her believe in forever, and then vanished like a ghost. He looked older, sharper, dressed in a black suit that made him blend into the night. But those eyes, those piercing blue eyes, were the same.
Why are you here?
To stop you from making the biggest mistake of your life.
You have no right.
Oh, I have every right because Daniel Blake isn't who you think he is.
What are you talking about?
Ethan pulled something from his jacket. A small silver flash drive. Proof.
Proof of what?
Not here. If he sees us talking...
Before he could finish, the door behind them burst open. Daniel stood there, calm, composed, dangerous.
Is everything all right, sweetheart?
Eleanor tried to speak, but her throat tightened. Ethan slipped the flash drive into her hand discreetly, his fingers brushing hers for just a second. Yes, just getting some air.
You weren't on the guest list.
I wasn't invited, but some truths don't need invitations.
The tension between the two men was electric, quiet but explosive.
Well, my wife doesn't need your kind of truth. You should leave before security helps you out.
Sure, but I think she'll want to hear what I have to say.
He turned and guided Eleanor back inside, his hand firm on her back, almost possessive. But as she looked over her shoulder, Ethan was still standing there in the rain, watching her with eyes full of warning and love. Inside, as the music swelled again, Eleanor felt the small metal drive burning like fire in her hand, a secret she didn't understand yet, but one that could destroy everything. And somewhere deep inside her heart, she knew. This wedding wasn't the beginning of forever. It was the beginning of the truth. The night after the wedding was supposed to be perfect. Candlelight, champagne, whispered promises of forever. But as Eleanor sat in the luxury suite Daniel had booked for them, her thoughts weren't on love. They were on the small silver flash drive burning in her hand. Daniel was in the bathroom, humming softly as the shower ran. Eleanor's fingers trembled as she turned the drive over. Proof, Ethan had said. Proof of what? She couldn't wait any longer. She slipped her laptop from her bag, plugged in the drive, and opened the folder titled Project Eden. At first, she saw spreadsheets, names, dates, payments, then documents marked Confidential, Blake Enterprises. Her breath caught when she opened one labeled Acquisition Records, 2021-2024. Each document showed massive financial transactions, but worse, they linked Daniel's company to a string of illegal shell corporations, offshore accounts, false charity fronts, the kind of thing that could destroy a career and land someone in prison.
No, it can't be.
Enjoying your honeymoon already?
Eleanor froze. Daniel stood at the door, still damp from the shower, a towel around his waist, and his phone in his hand. He'd seen the screen.
What is this, Daniel?
You shouldn't have opened that.
You lied to me. This is criminal. Money laundering, bribes. You told me your company was clean.
I told you what you needed to hear.
You used me.
Used? No, darling. I married you. That's better than most people get.
I trusted you.
Trust is for people who don't understand power.
His tone was chilling. No warmth, no regret, just pure control. Suddenly he snatched the laptop from her hands and threw it against the wall. The screen cracked, sparks flying. Eleanor gasped and stumbled back.
You have no idea what you've just done. That file wasn't supposed to exist anymore.
Ethan gave it to me.
Daniel froze, then slowly smiled.
Ethan Miller. I should have known he couldn't stay buried.
What do you mean buried?
You've made a very big mistake, Eleanor.
He turned, picked up his phone, and made a call.
It's me. We have a problem.
Eleanor's hands shook as she backed away. Who are you calling?
Yes, the file resurfaced. No, I'll handle her. Make sure Miller doesn't leave town.
Her pulse raced. Handle her. Before he could turn around, Eleanor grabbed her purse and ran. Barefoot, heart pounding, tears blurring her vision. She didn't stop until she reached the elevator.
Ethan was right. I married a monster.
And for the first time she realized, her wedding night wasn't her new beginning, it was her escape. Rain hammered the glass of the hotel lobby as Eleanor stepped outside, clutching her bag like it was the only thing keeping her alive. Her white wedding dress clung to her skin, soaked and heavy, as she vanished into the dark city streets. Every car that passed made her flinch. Every shadow looked like him. Daniel, her husband, her enemy. She ducked into a narrow alley and pulled out her phone with trembling hands. She had only one person she could call, Ethan Miller. The line rang once, twice.
Her breath caught. Ethan, he knows. Daniel knows about the file. He said your name.
A pause, then a curse.
Where are you?
I don't know. I ran from the hotel, the Grand Meridian. He's going to kill me, Ethan.
Listen to me, he said, voice sharp with urgency. You need to go to the old harbor. Pier 17. There's a warehouse there. You'll be safe for now.
Ethan, I can't.
Eleanor, trust me this time.
The words hit hard. Trust me this time. Because the last time she trusted Ethan, it had broken everything. 3 years ago, before Daniel, Ethan had been her everything, her mentor, her best friend, the man who made her believe in love, until one night, he disappeared and accused of corporate espionage, his career destroyed, his name blacklisted. She thought he'd betrayed her, but now, maybe it had always been Daniel pulling the strings. Eleanor stumbled toward the harbor through the storm. The sky flashed white, thunder cracking like the world itself was shattering. By the time she reached Pier 17, her shoes were gone, her hair plastered to her face, her heart raw with fear. The warehouse loomed in the distance, and Trakens. Dark. Quiet. Forgotten. She pushed open the creaking door. Inside, the air smelled of rust and sea salt, and then, footsteps. She turned sharply. Ethan stepped out of the shadows, his face older, rougher than she remembered, but his eyes still held that same fire, the kind that once made her feel safe. She ran to him without thinking, and he caught her, arms steady around her trembling body.
I didn't know where else to go.
You did the right thing.
Daniel said he'd handle me. What does that mean?
He's capable of anything. Daniel's company isn't just dirty, Eleanor. It's built on cover-ups, extortion, and blood money. I've been tracking him for 2 years. That flash drive was proof he never wanted anyone to see.
Then why did you give it to me?
Because you were the only one he'd never suspect.
You used me too?
No, I tried to protect you. But once I realized you were marrying him, it was already too late. He needed you to make his image perfect. The kind-hearted CEO's beautiful, innocent wife.
He played me, you both did.
Not like that. You were my reason to keep fighting.
Silence filled the space, heavy, charged, real. And then the faint buzz of a phone broke it. Ethan glanced at the screen. A single text message. "We found her. D." He froze. Eleanor saw the color drain from his face.
They're coming. We need to move, now.
Lights flared outside. Black cars, headlights cutting through the rain. Men in suits stepped out, guns drawn.
He sent them after me.
Then let's make sure he regrets it.
As they ran through the back of the warehouse, a gunshot split the night, the first of many, and Eleanor realized this wasn't just a fight for truth anymore. It was a fight for survival. The world blurred into chaos, the echo of gunfire bouncing off steel walls, the storm outside roaring like a living thing.
Ethan, we can't keep running like this.
We won't. There's something I have to tell you before they break in. Yes, now. You need to know the truth before you decide what happens next. The file you took from Daniel's office, it's not just about his crimes. It's about you, too.
What are you talking about?
You weren't just an innocent bystander in his world, Eleanor. You were the reason he became untouchable. Your name, your identity, it's tied to his fake charities, offshore accounts, and shell companies. You've been used as a shield in every one of his corrupt deals.
No, that's impossible. I never signed anything.
He forged everything, using your name, your trust. The media sees you as his perfect wife. If this goes public, you won't just lose him, you'll be blamed with him.
Then why didn't you tell me sooner?
Because I needed you to trust me, and because I was scared you'd still choose him.
He lied to me and you kept secrets from me. Who am I supposed to trust now?
Before he could answer, the pounding at the door stopped. Silence fell, sharp and heavy. Then a new sound came, the faint buzz of a phone. Eleanor looked down, her phone screen lit up. Daniel.
Eleanor, you're making this harder than it needs to be.
You forged my name on everything. You used me.
You talk like you didn't know what luxury feels like. You enjoyed every moment of it. The cars, the parties, the attention. You wanted a fairy tale, darling. I gave it to you.
By ruining lives, by destroying Ethan.
Ethan destroyed himself. You, on the other hand, you could still come back to me, Eleanor. I'll forgive you. I'll even forget that you ran to him.
You don't get to manipulate her anymore.
Oh, Ethan, you always were the loyal dog. Tell her the rest, why don't you? Tell her how you were the one who gave me her location in the first place.
What is he talking about?
Is he? Ask him how I found you in the hotel. Ask him who told me about the flash drive before you even ran.
The silence that followed was deafening. Eleanor's pulse thundered in her ears.
Ethan, now please tell me that's not true.
I didn't mean to. He had leverage. I thought I could fix it before he got to you.
You betrayed me.
I was trying to protect you, Eleanor. He said he'd kill you if I didn't.
You were the only person I thought I could trust.
Ah, young love, always so dramatic.
You and Daniel deserve each other.
Outside, the rain washed away the blood on the streets, but not the betrayal that had soaked into her heart. The storm had not stopped. Rain hammered down like the world was trying to cleanse itself of the sins that had just unfolded. Eleanor ran aimlessly through the soaked streets, her heels clicking, tears lost in the downpour. She didn't know where she was going, only that she needed to get away, away from Ethan's lies, away from Daniel's shadow, away from the woman she had become. When she finally stopped, she found herself standing before an old pier, the waves below crashing against the wooden posts like angry beasts. She clutched her chest, trying to breathe.
How did I end up here?
Behind her, the sound of footsteps cut through the storm. She froze. That voice. It wasn't Ethan. It was Daniel.
You shouldn't have run.
Stay away from me, Daniel.
I gave you everything. You wore diamonds while others begged on the streets. And this is how you repay me?
You forged my name. You destroyed everything real between us.
Real. Don't be naive, Eleanor. Nothing in this world is real except power, and you helped me build mine.
You're sick.
Come home, Eleanor. I'll fix this. I'll make the press believe Ethan manipulated you. You'll be the innocent wife again. All you have to do is say yes.
And if I don't?
Then this storm will take you like it takes everything else.
Step away from her, Daniel.
Of course, the loyal fool arrives just in time.
It's over. I sent everything to the press. Every document, every transfer, every photo. The FBI's already tracking your accounts. You used her. You destroyed her life.
And you think you saved her? You're just as broken as I made her.
Then came the sound neither of them expected. A gunshot. The world froze. Daniel stumbled back, eyes wide. The rain turned crimson where the bullet struck his chest.
No one ruins my life again.
Daniel's lips parted, as if to say something, but no words came. He fell backward, disappearing into the black water below. The silence afterward was unbearable. Only the rain spoke.
Ethan stepped toward her slowly, his voice barely a whisper. Eleanor.
She dropped the gun, staring at her hands as if they no longer belonged to her. He would have never stopped. He reached for her, but she stepped back. You don't understand, Ethan. This isn't freedom. It's guilt.
You saved yourself.
She looked up at him, her eyes hollow. Then why does it feel like I've lost everything?
Thunder rolled overhead. In the distance, sirens wailed, in growing closer.
We'll tell them the truth. Together.
The truth? The truth died with him.
As police lights reflected off the waves, she turned her face toward the dark horizon, and somewhere deep inside, she knew this was not the end. This was only the beginning of a new kind of punishment, one born not from law, but from love and regret. The morning after the storm was painfully calm. The ocean that had raged through the night now lay still, an eerie mirror reflecting a pale, cold sky. Police sirens had faded hours ago, leaving behind only silence and the smell of salt and gunpowder. Eleanor sat on the edge of the pier, wrapped in a gray blanket. Her hair clung to her face, wet and tangled. The sunrise painted everything gold, cruelly beautiful, like a world pretending nothing had happened. Beside her stood Ethan. His arm was bandaged, his face pale but calm. He hadn't spoken since they were questioned, neither had she. The detective's words still echoed in her mind.
You did what you had to do, Mrs. Blake. It was self-defense.
Mrs. Blake. The title stabbed deeper than the bullet she had fired, because even though Daniel Blake was gone, his shadow still wrapped around her like chains she could never remove. Ethan broke the silence first.
They'll close the case soon. You're free now.
Free, Ethan, I killed my husband.
You killed a monster.
Maybe. But I loved that monster once.
You loved who you thought he was. That's not your fault.
And what about us? What happens now?
We leave. Start over, somewhere far away. No past, no lies.
You make it sound so easy.
It's not. But it's the only way to live after everything we've lost.
For a moment, the silence between them felt peaceful, fragile, but real. Then a voice interrupted from behind them.
Mrs. Blake, a word, please.
It was one of the officers, holding a small, clear evidence bag. Inside it was the silver flash drive Ethan had given her on the night of the wedding.
We found this near the scene. It's encrypted, but we'll be needing your statement about what's on it.
Eleanor froze. The flash drive. She had forgotten, and suddenly the weight of it came rushing back. Proof, Ethan had called it. Proof of Daniel's crimes. But what if there was more? Her eyes darted to Ethan. He looked away, just for a second. That second was enough.
Ethan, what else did you put on that drive?
He didn't answer.
Ethan, what did you do?
He met her eyes finally, his expression unreadable.
I did what I had to do to end him.
Her heart raced. You mean?
He stepped closer, his voice low, almost trembling. Daniel wasn't the only one who ruined your life, Eleanor. His empire ran on blood, and I helped build it once, before I knew what it was.
You worked with him?
Ethan nodded slowly. I thought I was helping build something good. I didn't know what he was doing behind it all, until it was too late. That's why I disappeared. That's why I came back.
So this, all of this, it wasn't just about saving me?
He swallowed. It was about redemption.
The officer cleared his throat softly, breaking the heavy silence. We'll need this drive for evidence.
Eleanor took one last look at it before handing it over. The bag disappeared into the officer's hands, and with it, every secret they had fought to keep buried. As the officer walked away, Eleanor whispered,
No matter how far we run, Ethan, the past always finds us.
Then let it come. This time, we face it together.
They stood there as the sun broke fully over the horizon. Two broken souls standing at the edge of redemption, love, and everything they couldn't undo. The ocean sparkled, golden and endless, but somewhere beneath those waves, the body of Daniel Blake still drifted. Silent, waiting, as if even death refused to let go. And for the first time since it all began, Eleanor realized, some stories don't end with justice or love, they end with survival.